The luxury of Cape Town. While some of South Africa's cities don't always have the best reputation in the Western world, Cape Town is widely considered to be one of the best places for expats moving to Africa. If you're thinking of joining the 3.7 million people who live here, the good news is that there are many neighborhoods to choose from. The city was ranked third best African city for quality of living in 2018, and it has the second biggest economy in South Africa after Johannesburg. Located on the Western Cape of South Africa, Cape Town is the country's oldest urban area and has been influenced by a diverse range of cultures over hundreds of years. Many expats live here, and around a quarter of the population speaks English as a first language. The city is known for its harbor, as well as landmarks such as Table Mountain and Cape Point. You can also find beautiful natural beaches, many cultural and entertainment activities, and reliable public transportation. If you are as excited as me to see the best luxurious neighborhoods for the rich to settle in Cape Town, then let's ride, and remember to let me know in the comments which were your best. 10. Marina de GAMA MUIZENBERG. Reminiscent of a Greek village, with its white homes and perpetually blue days, Marina de GAMA is built on the eastern banks and the waterways of the quiet Zandvliet Lake, an inland saltwater lake connected to the sea. Marina de GAMA, built in the 1970s, is an enclosed residential area close to the popular beaches of False Bay to take advantage of the wonderful setting. There are shopping centers just across the road from the development, and the beaches of Muizenberg are within walking distance, providing some of the safest bathings in Cape Town. Rather like a mini Venice, it's not unknown for residents to drop in on one another by boat at the march. Views from Marina de GAMA are beautiful, and hours can be whiled away on the Vlies banks, watching the bird life. If you must get away, then there are many varied mountain walks and wildflowers to explore, and the quaint little village of Kalk Bay, which is only a short drive away, where you can sample one of its many restaurants, trawl the antique and bookshops, or buy fish at the harbor. 9. HOUT Bay, Western Cape. The sheltered bay of HOUT Bay has a white sand beach, an attraction for tourists and locals alike. HOUT Bay has one of the busiest fishing harbors in the Western Cape, with an established tuna, snook, and crayfish industry. The harbor is home to the HOUT Bay Yacht Club and several restaurants. As a historic and still working fishing village, HOUT Bay's local color and scenery make it a tourist attraction among both local and international visitors. There are a variety of restaurants in the village, as well as 2 hotels, the HOUT Bay Manor and the Chapman's Peak Hotel, several bed and breakfasts, and self-catering accommodation options. The harbor has restaurants, fresh fish outlets, and craft stores, with views of the bay and boat rides to Duiker Island and around the Sentinel. Chapman's Peak Drive is a scenic mountain drive and underwent renovations to ensure the safety of travelers using the route. The east and west forts, built by the Dutch in the 18th century, can also be visited, with the original cannons and barracks still standing on the slopes of Chapman's Peak. The East Fort is the oldest operating gun battery in the world. The mountains surrounding HOUT Bay also have hiking trails. In the same area is a bronze statue of a leopard on a rock at the water's edge, looking out over the ocean. 8. FRANSCHHOEK, Western Cape. A small town in the Western Cape province and one of the oldest towns in South Africa. Formerly known as Olifantshoek, as there were vast groups of elephants roaming the valley. It is situated about 75 kilometers from Cape Town, a 45-minute drive away. Its heritage is shown today by the Huguenot Monument, which stands at the end of the town. The nearby Huguenot Memorial Museum, adjacent to the monument, explores the history of the French Huguenots who settled in the Cape, and especially in the FRANSCHHOEK Valley. On exhibition are the various tools they used to make wine, the clothes they wore, and interpretations of their culture and goals. The Cape Dutch architecture in much of the village is unspoiled, as restrictions have been placed on the extent of renovations and new construction in order to preserve the spirit of the original French settlers in the area. FRANSCHHOEK is notable for having some of the top restaurants in the country within its borders. This fact, together with the strong wine culture and pristine natural and architectural beauty, has made FRANSCHHOEK into what many describe as the food and wine capital of South Africa. Its art galleries are plentiful and excellent. 7. Stellenbosch, Western Cape. A town in the Western Cape province of South Africa, situated about 50 kilometers, 31 miles, east of Cape Town, along the banks of the Eerste River at the foot of the Stellenbosch mountain. The town became known as the City of Oaks or Eikstad in Afrikaans and Dutch due to the large number of oak trees that were planted by its founder, Simon van der Stel, to grace the streets and homesteads. The town is home to Stellenbosch University. Technopark is a modern science park situated on the southern side of the town near the Stellenbosch golf course. The Stellenbosch, Parel, and FRANSCHHOEK valleys form the Cape Winelands, the larger of the two main wine-growing regions in South Africa. The South African wine industry produces about 1 billion liters of wine annually. Stellenbosch is the primary location for viticulture and viticulture research. The Stellenbosch Wine Route, known as Stellenbosch American Express Wine Routes since 2002, is a world-renowned and popular tourist destination. This route provides visitors the opportunity to experience a wide range of cultivars and includes farms such as Warwick and J.C. Leroux. The region has a Mediterranean climate with hot dry summers and cool wet winters. Stellenbosch lies at the foot of the Cape Fold mountain range, which provides soil favorable to viticulture. Grapes grown in this area are mainly used for wine production, as opposed to table grapes. Stellenbosch Cabernet Sauvignon is beginning to get a good reputation as a fine wine. 6. Sea Point, Western Cape. Sea Point is known for its stunning beachfront apartments, the promenade that stretches along the coastline, and the many bars and restaurants that line its streets. One of Cape Town's most affluent and densely populated suburbs, situated between Signal Hill and the Atlantic Ocean, a few kilometers to the west of Cape Town's central business district. Situated on a narrow stretch of land between Cape Town's well-known Lion's Head to the southeast and the Atlantic Ocean to the northwest. It is a high-density area where houses are built close to one another toward the surrounding mountainside. Apartment buildings are more common in the central area and toward the beachfront. An important communal space is a beachfront promenade, a paved walkway along the beachfront used for strolling, jogging, or socializing. Along the littoral of the Sea Point promenade, the coastline has varied characteristics. Some parts are rocky and difficult to access, while other parts have broad beaches. Sea Point Beach adjoins an Olympic-sized seawater swimming pool, which has served generations of Capetonians since at least the early 1950s. Further toward the city is a beach known as Rocklands. 5. Bishop Court, Cape Town. A small, wealthy, residential suburb in the southern suburbs of Cape Town in the Western Cape, South Africa. It is part of the Cape Town Metropolitan Municipality, created in 2000, which includes the Greater Cape Town area. It has approximately 350 houses, most of which are on more than 4,000 square meters of land. Bishop's Court, Cape Town's most expensive and idyllically located neighborhood, is a prestigious enclave of large country houses by the eastern slopes of Table Mountain. One of the city's oldest suburbs, built on land once owned by the founder of Cape Town, Jan van Riebeeck, it includes the official residence for Anglican bishops and archbishops of Cape Town, from which the area got its name. Former South African President Nelson Mandela spent his first night of freedom at the home with the then Archbishop of Cape Town Desmond Tutu and his wife Leah after 27 years of imprisonment in 1990. Surrounded by lush vegetation and forests and the majestic Table Mountain National Park mountain range, the area has a dramatic backdrop and jaw-dropping vistas and is sheltered from the strong southeast wind known as the Southeaster. Once known as a popular spot for diplomats, Bishop's Court now mostly attracts wealthy working professionals with families who are drawn to its easy links to the central business district of Cape Town and proximity to a number of top schools. Bishop's Court is the most expensive suburb in Cape Town, with a median property value of a property of 17.1 million rands, $13.5 million. 4. LLANDUDNO, Cape Town. Just 18 kilometers from the center of Cape Town, nestled between Camps Bay and HOUT Bay lies LLANDUDNO, Home to some of the most exclusive real estate in the city, this suburb is regarded as one of Cape Town's most beautiful and desired residential areas. LLANDUDNO was named after the North Wales seaside resort of Llandudno, which means Parish of St. Tudno in the Welsh language. There are striking similarities between Llancymechi Bay and the Llandudno in Wales. Interestingly, Llandudno has no streetlights or shops of any kind, but HOUT Bay is just a few minutes away, where there are a number of restaurants, shopping centers, and other stores. Camps Bay, the CBD, and the Constantia winelands are also less than 15 minutes away. The main attraction of Llandudno is its amazing beach. Llandudno Beach is quite isolated as it is a large cove surrounded by the natural bush and milkwood forest of the rocky Atlantic coastline. Large granite boulders frame the beach, adding to its picturesque nature. You can go exploring in the rocky boulders and even discover some caves. It is a great place for evening sundowners and some brave souls to jump off the rocks into the freezing water. 3. Camps Bay, Western Cape. Camps Bay is the premier tourist destination in Cape Town, South Africa, and is magnificently located on the Atlantic Ocean, at the foot of the 12 Apostles mountain range and adjacent to Table Mountain. Camps Bay in Cape Town is well appointed with more than 20 restaurants, some internationally acclaimed, and more than 20 accommodation establishments offering typical South African hospitality and spectacular views. With a multitude of activities and attractions on your doorstep, Camps Bay is an ideal location from which to explore Cape Town, South Africa's mother city. Couples from around the world are choosing Cape Town as their fairy tale wedding venue, and Camps Bay is just the spot to make every wedding dream come true. Camp Bay is a favorite wedding destination, and many romantic couples have given each other their vows on Camps Bay Beach, in the rotunda at the Bay Hotel, at a guest house in Camps Bay, or even on top of Table Mountain looking down onto Camps Bay. 2. Bantry Bay, Western Cape. An affluent suburb of Cape Town in the Western Cape Province, South Africa, situated on the slopes of Lion's Head and overlooking a rocky coastline. Its neighboring suburbs are Sea Point and Clifton. It was originally called Botany Bay after a botanical garden that was planted here for the cultivation of medicinal herbs. The name was changed during the First World War. It is overlooked by Lion's Head, which is an eroded outlier of sandstone. There is a plaque on the seashore that commemorates a visit by Charles Darwin, who made important geological observations here relating to the nature and origin of granite. Bantry Bay is known to be a wind-free area in Cape Town. Secluded and protected, this area gets about 290 wind-free days per year, a significant fact given Cape Town's windy climate. Luxury hotels and accommodations in Bantry Bay showcase the city of Cape Town and its spectacular beaches to perfection, promising those enjoying a holiday in South Africa an unforgettable stay. As its name signifies, Bantry Bay lies perched on the rocks overlooking the Atlantic Ocean in one of the most exclusive bays on the Atlantic seaboard. Crashing waves, magnificent sunsets, and protection from the wind make Bantry Bay much sought after and, because of its position, an ideal base from which to explore Cape Town. 1. Clifton, Cape Town. Clifton Beach has something of a reputation with the trendy set in Cape Town and is a haven for international jet setters. Together with its immaculate white sands and glistening water, their bronzing bodies and designer sunglasses grace Clifton's fourth beach with sufficient glamour and eco-savvy to deserve not only the see and be seen status it has acquired, but its blue flag status as well. The upmarket suburb of Clifton lies just beyond Bantry Bay, between Sea Point and Camps Bay, in one of the most superb settings against the backdrop of Table Mountain. The beaches at Clifton are divided into 4 distinct coves by stretches of granite boulders, and whilst they may not be very imaginatively named, first, second, third, and fourth, their beauty makes names rather superfluous. Each of the beaches is reached by a flight of stairs down from the road on which parking can sometimes be extremely difficult. This doesn't hinder the crowds during peak season or in the evening when throngs of people head down to Clifton to partake in traditional sundowners in the presence of one of Cape Town's legendary sunsets. The 4 beaches of Clifton are well protected from the notorious southeasterly, and whilst there is the occasional wave, most simply lap at the shoreline. Staying here often has the added bonus of quiet evenings, as the throngs tend to head off just up the road to Camps Bay's many restaurants, clubs, and bars, as Clifton offers little in the way of restaurants and has no shops to speak of. Cape Town is definitely very gorgeous and beautiful. Who wouldn't want to enjoy any of these luxurious accommodations? These neighborhoods are popular with wealthy expats who take the opportunity to buy beachside homes and enjoy the high life. This is where you will find amazing beaches, glorious views, and some of the most exclusive Cape Town communities. If you enjoyed this video, please let us know by liking it and leaving us a comment on where you would like to settle in Cape Town, South Africa. Thanks for watching.